Hello and welcome back to the second episode or day 2 episode of my journey to become a full stack developer in 2024. I am learning website development including web design, which I'm using Canva and Figma for that. Web development, I will be using HTML, CSS for now, and then I will be moving on to the better technologies while when I learn more about the website development. I will be looking at the backend development, Node.js, and I will touch the Python and I will try to learn Python as well. Then deploying the website, I will move on to learning AWS, the Amazon or Google Cloud, whatever is easy for me to learn, I will work on it. So in the last video, I was talking about creating the web pages. One of them is homepage, about, services, blog post, or contact pages. So let's move on. And in this video, I will start creating my pages. So first, I have created a folder on my desktop called Full Stack. I will open this folder in Microsoft Visual Studio. There is no file in this folder, so I need to start creating my web pages. So here on the left side, I have new file icon or button. I click on it and I will create my first page, which is called index.html. So the extension .html tells the software and the web browser that this is a web page. So I press enter, the page is created, and I just add a little line in it so I can see this on the web browser as well. So this is my home page. Then I will press Command and S to save this page, or if on Windows it's Control and S. So I will create the second page, which is about.html, and I will say this is about me page. Command and S. The third page I'm creating is blog.html, and on this page I will create blogs. Command and S. Good practice to save my work. Then the next page I am creating is services.html. On this page I will show my services, whatever they are. The next page I will create is contact.html. On this page I will create my contact detail or display my contact detail. I will display my contact detail. I'm going to create two more pages. One is notes.html, and on this page I will create my notes for my learning. I will create a list of the tasks I need to do. I will create what I have learned, something whatever. I will be adding my notes on this page. So this contact.html page, I forgot to save it, and I can see this like the dot here on the top, which tells me that save it. So Command and S, this is saved. Okay, one more page I want to create is cost.html, and on this page I will add the cost of tools I am using to learn / develop my website. So remember I said I am using Canva, I will be using Figma, and there may be more tools I will be using, or when it comes to host my website, I will have to buy some hosting. So I will create a table on this page where I can add my details. So I go back to my folder, and on my folder, in my folder, I can see uh, that I have all of the documents, all of the pages I have created. So if I right click on it and open it with Chrome, otherwise it's open with Safari. I just want to make sure my own choice. I'm opening in Google Chrome. So I added that this is my home page. So that means I have successfully created one my web pages and added some content on those web pages, and have opened that web page in my like in the browser as well. So successful, one task is successful, that I have created all of the pages. Now if I want to open a second page, I right click on it there, and then I go to the second page. This is about me page. Then the third page, let's say my notes page. whatever page I have to open, I will just click on, double click on it, or just right click and open with the Chrome. Okay, so this part is done. Now the second thing I want to do is start laying out my web page. And when I have to navigate between the pages, I can't keep doing the right click or double click on the pages to open them here. So we need to create navigation. Okay, I will start looking at Bootstrap, which is a tool to help me build the web pages. They have CSS in it, they have everything I need to learn my website development, my pages, the elements, a lot more there. So if I look at the documents, and they have a lot of documentation about the layout of the page and then the title of the page. So what are those tags? So first we need to tell that this is an HTML page. So let's create the first HTML page, and I'm going to go to the uh, in index page. Okay, so index page is the first page I am going to create. So I will remove the text I have already added. Now I have to tell this software, I have to tell the Google Chrome that this is a web page and HTML5, the current version is 5. So for that I have to type HTML. You notice I have four suggestions here. So I have installed some of the extensions I learned from experts, and they advised me that I should install some extension in Microsoft Visual Studio. So I'm going to use this HTML5 boilerplate, which is going to create a web page for me, which has few things. So the first part, the doctop HTML, doctype HTML, it tells the web browser that this is HTML5 page. And then it has some of the lines in the comment. I will leave them. I will talk about them more when I will learn about them. So now this is the HTML, the first part, and then this is the head. So head of the web page, where we have the important thing here is the title. So I am going to type title here. If I go back to the Chrome, before when I opened the index.html, it was showing me the page name. So this time I am going to type a different thing, and I will say welcome to my coding website. For example, this is the title of this specific page. So when I save it, I go back to the browser. On this page I refresh it, and I can see the title here on the top is changed. Welcome to my coding website. And then before we had a line here saying this is my home page, which is gone because I have removed it. So then we have, I will talk about the meta. We'll talk about them later. Now the next part is the link is style sheet. So style sheet is the is a sheet where I will style my web pages, my web page elements, will create a CSS file, and then the header is closed. Now the body tag. So this is the body tag where all of the content of my website will be gone here, will be shown here. So anything I want to show here on this web page, which is blank now, it will go here. So if I type here, this is the body section which users can view or the visitor can see. So when I save it, I go to the web page, I refresh it, and now I see this is the body section where users can view or visitors can see the page. So whatever wording I want to add here. So this is the area where I have to create my website. I will delete it. Okay, now what I have here. So I have HTML tag, I have head tag, I have body tag, I have HTML closing tag, and then I have script here. So script is the JavaScript for this page, which professionals recommend that we should use it at the bottom of the page, because we may end up having a lot of JavaScript, and then when browser is loading, it has to load a lot of JavaScript and the page might be slow or it's broken. So that's what I learned. We will figure out that why exactly we use this at the end. As this is learning classes, learning for me, I will be asking a lot of questions. If you want to answer some of the questions in the comments, I will be asking my seniors, my friends who are software developers, so I will get their advice as well. Okay, so this part is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, copy it, and I'm going to paste it on every single page so that all of my pages, they are web pages. They are telling browser that this is HTML5 page. So all of the previous text is gone, and I will have the new layout, a new coding for my web pages. So I'm entering and I am saving them as well. Okay, so when I go back to the web page, and what I see here, welcome to my coding website. If I refresh the second page, it says welcome to my coding website, same, because I have not changed the title. So now this is the time that I change the title of all of the pages. So view all of my services. We can always tell the better wording here. We will write it at a later stage. So contact me to develop your website. Well, not at this stage, by the way. So I will just say contact me, and on services done, cost, and I will say how much it costs to develop a website. Okay, and then notes, my notes about website development. Okay, and then index is done, about. Okay, my name is Anwar. I will say my name is Anwar. Okay, and then blog, I will call it like blog page. I will say my latest posts or videos, for example. So I saved almost every page, and when I go back, and this is notes page, when I refresh it, so my notes about website development, this is about page. When I refresh it, it will change. My name is Anwar, this is the title. I am on the index page, which is already fine. Okay, so now all of my pages are done. I will move on to Figma to start creating my web page. So if I go back to YouTube, for example, and what I see here is I have a sidebar here. I have a page which is like every content is at the center of the page, and I have some extra space on the right side, extra space on the left side, but on the top the menu bar is a full width. So there are two things I need to mention, or I need to learn, is when I create the website, when I design the website, we have a full width website, and we have a container size like website. So what is the full width, what is a container? So if I go back to the Bootstrap, because I will be using Bootstrap, and when I go to the container here on the left side, okay, where's the container then? Okay, here. Okay, so this is the container which is telling the width of that size. So if my website is 1140, which is extra large, and then large, extra large, so all of those sizes, a screen size, I will be using one of those classes. Now these are anything we see here, dot container, this is one of the class built in Bootstrap, and they have some CSS or some styling for that class, and I will be using this a lot. So I will work with the container class, and which is I don't want to do the full width website. For example, here whatever website we're looking at here now is The logo starts from here, so there is empty space, so this is in the container. So this is the example of the container website. So in Figma, I'm going to click here on this button, and I'm going to select a desktop which is 1440 by 1024. So when I click on the desktop, I have a desktop layout here now. The second thing I will do here is the layout grid. I will click here on layout grid, and then I will change the grid to the columns because the website is designed on 12 columns. I will say here 12 columns. Okay, now I have 12 columns. I will start from the center, and then I will give them the width. Okay, we can give any width based on our requirements, but for now I will just say 80%. 80 the width is 80, and that means it's giving me some empty space here, left right empty space, and then I'm going to build my website on within those 12 columns. So now expert can advise me that should I say 80 or should I say 75. So whatever is the best practice. So as I said, these are my learning classes. Okay, so this is my website where I will be creating everything. So first thing, I want to create my navigation, and I will create a rectangle inside my my 12 columns. So that is the container, that is like container layout, and this is my navigation. So if I go back to Bootstrap and if I look for the nav, oops, okay, so now in my navbar, and Google the Bootstrap has given me a lot of code about the navbar. So I can copy and paste this code, which is perfectly fine, is free to use. So I will copy this code and I will use it accordingly, and I will modify it the way I want my own website. So if I just copy it and go back to my code on my home page, I will type this. Remember, we said everything will go in the body. So I will just paste it here. I will modify it. I will change a few things in it, but just to show that how it will look like. So I'm going to save it. I will go back to my page, the index page, refresh it, and now I have this navigation. But this is not looking exact same the way we have seen here. The reason I have not installed or integrated Bootstrap with my document yet. So first I need to start using Bootstrap, and there are multiple ways of using it. The easiest way for me is that I will use their CDN, like content delivery network. I will copy this link, and that link will go into the style sheet here. So I will just place it here. The job is done. So now my web page is using Bootstrap CSS. If I go back and refresh my page, we have seen the difference. So now my web page is using the CSS from Bootstrap. Okay, now those are the pages here, but we do not have those pages. So we need to get our own pages. So first I will start adding my own pages so I can create the links here. Okay, so one of the page we have is called home. I will just call it home, not here, here. Okay, home. There is one page, home, which comes in the list. So to create every new menu item, I have to create a new list. So it's called like nav item. So for every nav item, I have to create one new list. So this is one of the list. This is the second list, and this is the third list. So I'm going to copy this part, Command C and Command V. So this is my second page, which is called about. If I save it and go back to the page, I can see the difference. Now this is about. There is no link in it because I haven't linked it. Okay. This way I can continue with the rest of the pages. The next page is services. I will go back and create a new page and name it blog. Next page, contact. Next page, notes. And then finally another page about cost. Okay, so I save it. When I go back to the website, I can see all of my pages. Okay, I don't need those extra pages. I don't need search bar. I don't need those things. So what I will do, I'll go back and I will simply delete them. So at the end, I have this form for the search bar. I don't need it. I will just delete it. I might delete something wrong as well, so I have to be very careful. So this is for the there is a button called, like, there is a link called disabled, so I'm going to delete it. Then drop down menu, I don't need it. I'm going to delete the drop down as well, and if I have made any mistake, I will look into it. Okay, again, this is drop down. I do not need the drop down. I'm going to delete it. Okay, and then I don't need this link. I'm going to delete it, and then I'm back to my own pages. So if I save it, I go back on the front page, I can see all of my pages now. So the next part is we will look into creating or linking the pages. We do not have this nav bar on my second page, on my about page, on my third page. So simply what I need to do is I have to copy all of the lines here and paste into every single page. So I will be modifying it, I will be optimizing it, but for now I'm just going to copy it and paste into the body of each page I save it. There are better ways of doing this with different technologies. I will be learning those as well. Okay, so I have added and saved on every page. So when I reload it, they are reloading it. But again, I have not integrated the CSS of from the front page, what we added there, the Bootstrap CSS. So we have to copy this link and paste it into every single page. Okay, so I go back to about, and in about I have to add the CSS from Bootstrap. Let me go here and say page word wrap, so it doesn't go on the side, so I can see the whole page in front. Okay, so blog, and on blog I have to add the same thing, and then services, saved, contact, CSS added, saved, cost, CSS added and saved, notes, Bootstrap added and saved. Go back and look at the pages, they are working now. So all of the pages now they are using Bootstrap CSS. I will leave it for now, and in the next video I will continue linking my pages and I will continue adding the content. Maybe I can finish this part. Okay, let's finish this part. Okay, what I said here, my nav bar will be inside these 12 columns, like in the container. So if I change here with one change, it will do the whole part. Okay, so I go back to the index page, and here in the body I will add a new div, and I will make it a class. And remember we said container is the class when we have to get our website inside the container. So this div part, it automatically closes, so that has to go after the nav. So here is nav, it has to go there. So when I save it, I go back to my home page, and we see the difference. So now all of my website or my nav bar is in the container. So I have extra space here. I have extra space here. So that's it for today. And I will continue in the next video about linking the pages and then start adding the content for my web pages. If you have a question or if you have some suggestion for better learning, please comment. Thank you.